our love was true, went through and though we made it through the storm. I really want you to realize, I really want to put you.
It's giving sewing. Hello everyone and welcome to or back to the Thread Life. Today's tutorial is all about these Bora Bora braids, baby. Before we get into the video fully, I want to give a huge thank you to Hotbraids for sponsoring today's video. This is my second time working with Hotbraids, and honestly and truly, out of all the hair companies that I've worked with for bulk braiding hair, Hotbraids has been the best. But I did previously use their hair for a bob style, so I'm curious to see how it holds up for all this length and all of this hair. I know one of the biggest questions that I will get regarding this style is how much hair did I use, and I used just about all 3 bundles. I'm gonna show y'all. This is how much hair I had left. So they sent me 3 bundles over, and it comes in the form of 50-gram bundles that are wrapped together. So technically it's 6 bundles altogether. Each gram is a 50-gram bundle, which makes a 100-gram full bundle. I have 3 of those in, which totals out to be 300 grams of human hair in my head. I know a lot of y'all are like, what are Bora Bora braids? They've been all the rage, especially in this summer of 2024. And basically, they are boho braids that were named after a braider that specializes in creating the boho braids look with a lot of human hair. Bora is known for doing the braids that are like the sewing braids, the barely braids, mostly hair braids. And I can honestly say that I feel like I nailed the science behind the look and the finish of the look, because when I turn my head to the side, I barely see braids. All I see is hair. All I see is bundles. And I love that although it's super full, it's still lightweight. My head does not feel heavy, and I'm still able to condense it nice for a nighttime wrapping. I'm gonna show my nighttime routine as well towards the end of the video. I'm not holding anything back in this video. Now, what I will say is that if you are not a big hair girl, then Bora Bora braids are not for you. You need to put a lot of human hair into your hair for this style. Another thing that I will say is that if you don't like a textured look, then Bora Bora braids are likely not for you. If y'all have been keeping up with my knotless braid series, then you see that I did a body wave bulk hair style, and I put a lot of hair in even then, but it did not provide this level of volume, and I wholeheartedly believe that was because the hair did not have enough texture to provide a finish of this nature. The material, the texture of this hair is perfect for this style. Without further ado, let's get right into this tutorial, and I'll see you at the end for a quick chat before we head out. First things first, let's get into this unboxing. Hotbraids sent over a box with a tamming brush, a good rat tail comb, and some clips. And they also sent over this tote bag as well. And then for the hair itself, like I was saying, it came with 6 individual bundles that were actually 3 full bundles. And this is how the hair looks straight out the box. I use pink lemon braiding gel. And I know I like to start with the parting at the ear section so that I can see exactly how many sections I will have below the ear, or how many rows I will have below the ear. And in this case, and in most cases when I'm doing my medium size, there are 2 rows below the ear and then about 5 to 6 above the ear. So just starting off parting those boxes out. Here's how we're looking: 1 row in, and then the 2nd row, and then the 3rd row above the ear. And you can see this hair is filling up quite quickly, and that's the goal. After I got the first 3 rows done, I went ahead and pre-parted out the last few rows before I retired for the night, because I was feeling like, cut the show, take me out. This was taking some time. On to the next day of braiding. Let's get into some hair prep. As you can see here, my braiding hair pieces are very thin. Now for the human hair, it's best to prep it by adding some braiding gel to the roots and combing that through. And then you're going to separate your pieces and add them to your braiding rack. It's easier when they're coated with that product on it, just because they're easier to add in. Now we're going to add some more rows before I show you all exactly how I did my braid. Once again, this hair filled up very quickly because that was the goal. You want to see minimal braids and mostly the bundles. I had to pause here to go somewhere, and I just wanted to spray the hair down so that I could see how well it tamed. And as you can see here, one side is wet, one side is dry, and that's the shedding that I got initially, and it wets down just beautifully. I added my Style and Shine mousse by Love Letter, and now let's get into just how to do this braid. So you want to add your product to the root of the hair, brush that through really good, and then get your 3 sections. And we're going to cross over one time, and then we're going to cross over our second time, and then we're going to cross over our third time. And with these braids, you always want to start off with one piece of human hair. We start every single braid off with one piece, then we cross over once more on each side, add in our first piece of braiding hair, cross over once on each side. Our second piece of braiding hair will then go in. Then we're going to cross over and continue to braid down, adding human hair pieces all the way down until we get to the middle of the braid. And I added about 8 to 12 human hair pieces in each braid because, again, the goal was fullness. And you want to make sure that you continue to coat your hair with the braiding product or the gel product, because that keeps everything nice and cohesive. And then once you get to the middle part of that braid, that's where you will add in your third and final piece of braiding hair and continue to braid all the way down, adding in those human hair pieces. If you've watched any of my other boho braiding tutorials, then you know that I normally add in about 5 pieces of braiding hair, but I learned that doing 3 pieces for this look was key in making sure that the braids were not too thick and the hair was not too heavy, and there was a bigger focus on adding in as much human hair as possible. And you just want to continue braiding all the way down until you can no longer add in any more human hair pieces. And the goal is that the end will be a human hair piece hanging down lower than your braiding hair is. And then you will see once we get to the absolute end, we're going to secure it with a tiny knot, and then that will be our braid. Let's keep braiding.
We are lovers true and through, and though we made it through the storm, I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Won't you be my inspiration? Be the real love that I need. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. Someone to love. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. Ooh, when I'm
Once you have all of your braids done, you want to separate the human hair from the braiding hair, because you do not want to dip your human hair in boiling hot water. And once you have that done, you want to wrap your ends on perm rods. And the best way to make sure that your ends do not slip off of the rods is to secure your ends with rubber bands, as I did here. Baby, when I say that is a game changer, it will make sure that your ends are nice and secure. From there, you're just going to add in your boiling hot water, and then you have your curly ends, and you can trim off any excess hair and then spray it on down. I was in shock here at how big my hair was. Now let's get into the nighttime maintenance routine. I use a pair of stockings and, of course, oil your scalp. And then you're going to open up your stockings and put one half of your hair into one leg of the stockings, and put the other half of your hair into the other leg of the stockings. Once you have both sides pulled through, you're going to wrap both legs around your head to bring all of the hair off of your neck and tie it around your head. And when I say I just love sleeping with all of the braids, all of this length off of my neck, off of my head, it keeps me cool at night. And it simply gets the job done. Now for the finished look. Here you have it. This is it in all of its glory. I love it down. Let's talk about some things and head on out. This is the hair in its completely dry state. As far as maintaining the curls, water, leave-in conditioner, Love Letter Scalp and Strand Spray, as well as some Eco Gel. But because I just installed them yesterday, I'm gonna just go in with my spray bottle as well as some Eco Styler Gel just to define the curls. And then I just follow that up with some gel, just to hold and define the curls. Once the water dries, the gel will still hold on to the definition that you achieve. Once again, this is the final look. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and you were able to learn something from it. I am a fan of these braids, of this look. Another thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning that I really appreciate about this hair is that it is jet black. It's not like your natural bundles that come with that ashy brown or that color 2 looking hair, if you buy a 1 or a 1B color braiding hair, you're gonna get that matching with this natural hair. I noticed it today when I took it down in the sunlight, just how dark the hair is, but I love that look because it just makes my skin pop and it matches the braiding hair effortlessly. As y'all saw, the nighttime routine is super simple, but I do have a video linked in the description box if you're looking for a longer form version of that tutorial to see how to achieve the stocking method for tying up your knotless braids at night. I am going to show a few styles here of me styling it different ways.
Just knew that you would take my heart and run until you told me how you felt for me. You said I'm not the one.
And I love that even though it is a lot of hair on my head, because it's human hair and it's not the braids, it condenses with no problem. Thus, we're able to get a nice, good sized bun without it being massive or heavy. This style is not heavy at all, and that's the thing that I really do appreciate about it. I feel like I pretty much covered everything, but if there's anything that I failed to mention, then go ahead and drop it in the comments and I'll be sure to get right back with you. If you try this style and use this tutorial to achieve your look, then go ahead and let me know in the comments. Oh, before I close this video out, as far as timing and how long it took, y'all, my goal was 6 hours, but this was a labor of love. These braids were a labor of love. I did 3 hours on the first day, and then on the second day, I caught myself trying to do 3 to 4 hours, and it turned into an all-day situation. It got to the point where like my arms were hurting, my hands were hurting and locking up. It was just a whole to-do. So I just started taking my time and easing my way through it. I also had these charms on my nails, so I wasn't able to start the braid as I normally would. I had to under braid from the scalp all the way down rather than starting overhand and then switching to under braiding. So that slowed me down as well. But now that it's in, every second was worth it. I do not regret 1 second of it because I love this style just that much. But like I said, if there's anything else that you have a question about, be sure to drop it in the comments and I'll get right back to it. Special shout out to the set. Love y'all real bad. See you in another vlog very soon. And it won't be long until I see you either in a vlog or a hair tutorial. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in it later.